Thank you for choosing Rust-Oleum Industrial Brands Concrete Protection Systems for your industrial maintenance project. Rust-Oleum's industrial flooring products are designed to reduce your preparation time, application time, and downtime while lengthening the lifetime of your industrial concrete floors. Rust-Oleum Corporation purchased Concrete Protection Systems, a company founded in 1984 and known for manufacturing high-quality toppings and coatings that could effectively protect concrete in even the most demanding industrial environments. Rust-Oleum CPS offers unequaled protection against chemical damage from literally thousands of industrial chemicals and the durability to withstand physical abuse from the most severe environments. While Rust-Oleum products are user-friendly, you should review the material safety data sheets, technical data sheets, application instruction guides, and label information carefully. Wearing proper personal protective equipment and adhering to sound safety procedures are necessary in any industrial setting. For all Rust-Oleum CPS products, hand mixing will produce inconsistent results and is not an approved method. Mechanical mixing is required. Before starting, make sure the materials, the surface, and the ambient air temperature fall within the published range for that product. No single facet of a concrete coating application contributes more to the success or failure of that application than the evaluation of the substrate and the proper surface preparation. The International Concrete Repair Institute has identified 9 distinct concrete surface profiles, or CSPs. These profiles replicate degrees of roughness considered to be suitable for the application of one or more of the Rust-Oleum Concrete Protection Systems coatings or toppings. Refer to the ICRI technical guidelines for selecting and specifying concrete surface preparations for sealers, coatings, and polymer overlays, guideline number 310.2-1997. The actual surface preparation method used may vary depending upon site conditions, performance criteria, and actual coating system selection. Contact Rust-Oleum Technical Services prior to starting the job if you have any questions. The recommended surface preparation method for the 8900 Thermakrete HP is ICRI CSP number 5, medium shot blast, or CSP number 6, medium scarification. In this video, we will demonstrate the mixing and application procedures for the 8900 system Thermakrete HP urethane concrete. The 8900 system Thermakrete HP is a self-priming 1/4 inch urethane topping ideal for use in the food and beverage industry. Thermakrete has the ability to move with the concrete substrate in areas subject to extreme thermal shock, preventing failures that can lead to costly downtime.
Thermakrete is applied as a 1/4 inch slurry system. It's used for areas of thermal shock. Anywhere there's a rapid change in temperature is a thermal shock versus something that's a thermal cycle, which are gradual changes in temperature. The Thermakrete base is a polyol, blended, and it's white. When you add the activator, you get this caramel color in the base and the activator. All right, so we've just mixed the material. We're going to immediately dump it out into our box. Each Thermakrete kit does 32 square feet at 1/4 inch. We have our screed rake set at 1/4 inch. We dump the entire contents out into the box or onto the floor area, depending on what you're doing. See how that flows out nicely. Now you've got about 10 to 15 minutes working time, so you want to immediately get your material pulled out. You want to make sure that you're not having it sit around in a bucket for very long. And when you get into these tight areas, you can use a hand trowel. For cleanup, you can use 160 thinner, xylene, or MEK to clean your application tools. Then dispose of the materials and packaging according to local, state, and federal regulations. Using these materials while they're fresh and keeping one batch flowing into the next batch is ideal for making clean tie-ins. They sell these spike rollers with varying lengths of spikes. Again, if I'm doing something like Thermakrete, I want to make sure that I've got the roller that's got the longer spikes. Okay, you notice we really didn't need to use a smoothing tool. We want to get on it as quickly as possible with the spike roller. and that's what we're doing here. So as soon as we had it pulled out with the screed rake, we got right on it with a spike roller. Again, the more fluid the material is, the fresher the material is, the easier it's going to be to get to level out and lay where you want it to lay. Now what you're going to start seeing happen is very, very small effervescing bubbles. Those are reactions, those are gases being released from the reactions, the chemical reactions of the components that are in the formulation. Therefore, what you must do is either a sparse broadcast of sand or a full broadcast of sand into this system. And what you'll be able to see tomorrow, if you look closely, are hundreds of little pinholes in the area where we didn't do the broadcast. Now, that's bad because typically you see this product used in food and beverage environments, and those little pinholes fill up with dirt or grease, and they create a little avenue for bacterial growth. It requires a full broadcast for a glaze coat. The reason being is the sand anchors into the urethane concrete, and the top coat, which happens to be an epoxy, anchors on top of the sand. And that way we know we don't have peeling or adhesion issues. What we typically recommend is Wedren 480. It's a 30-40 mesh beaded, cleaned and washed silica sand. That sand works well. You can use a finer mesh sand if you choose to do so. It just happens to be one that we carry in our line. It works well for anti-slip finishes, and typically in food and beverage industry, they require and request anti-slip finishes because they're constantly washing down. They're always wet. And he's just going to do a sparse broadcast in the center, and about this last third of the box, we're not going to do any broadcast so that you can see what we're talking about tomorrow. So if we look closely where we've circled some of these, you can see as this cured, we have multiple small pinholes in this coating system. Now, if we look over to the area where we did the sparse broadcast, which is in this area right here, we look very closely and we see that there's no pinholes. So that slight broadcast of sand was able to break the surface tension, allow the gas to release out of the Thermakrete, and allow it to seal up properly on the surface. Foot traffic would be about 10 hours or so. Back to service in about 24 hours. We would ask them to try not to wash it down for at least 48 hours before, once they have it in surface. It would take about 4 days for full chemical resistance to build up and full cure.
We hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please contact us at 800-553-8444 or rust-oleum.com/industrial. Thank you for choosing Rust-Oleum, the name that means protection.